Highest unemployment rate since 2021 is ugly, fundamentally discouraging, Jonathan Hoenig said. Now, the Biden Harris administration can no longer fudge the numbers. They can no longer lie about the economy. They can no longer say how great unemployment is, how it's the lowest, and all this other stuff. They can no longer hide these things. This is exactly why Kamala Harris doesn't speak policy. She only go off of identity politics and never want to do a sit down interview or off the cuff interview or anything like that, because they're afraid that people are going to bring up the terrible economy, and there's no excuse for it. They can't lie about the economy anymore because people are seeing it, people are feeling it. So their way of not talking about this, their way of not speaking on the economy, how Biden and Harris policies are destroying America, they're hiding her, just like they hid Biden during the 2020 election. They hid Biden in the basement the entire time. So they're going to try to hide Camilla because she can't run on her record. They only got identity politics, and now they're losing that because so many black people are saying, wait a minute, y'all want us to vote for her because she's supposedly black, even though there's argument that she isn't black. I mean, you want us to vote for her because she's black? And they're saying, well, we tried that before with Obama, and we got absolutely nothing for it. So it's none of the things they're doing is working. Specifically, lying about the economy. So they're trying to hide Camilla. They're going to continue to hide Camilla for the next 90-something days until the election. Is what I believe is going on. That's why she don't want to debate Trump on Fox News. So we're going to talk about all of this, mainly the economy right now and the unemployment rate. And we're going to play a clip from Fox Business. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon, and that's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. Also, check me out on X, where I post tons of news there throughout the day as well. All right, so let's go right to this clip here from Fox Business. Here we go.
If Harris wins this election, you will quickly have a Kamala economic crash. You're going to have a crash. You could also have a crash like in 1929, more specifically, because that's where we're at.
I agree. We are heading towards another Great Depression, especially if the Democrats get another 4 years in the White House. It is donezo. They will take the mask off. They won't try to hide it anymore, and it will be our downfall. We will be like Venezuela. I'm not even joking.
Former President Trump slamming the Biden-Harris economy at his Georgia rally last night. This after stocks tumbled on Friday after a disappointing jobs report. For more, let's bring in founding member of the Capitalist Pig hedge fund, Jonathan Hoenig. Jonathan, welcome.
Thank you, Mike. Great to be with you.
So let's start with unemployment. The unemployment rate rose to 4.3%, the highest level since October 2021. What is your assessment of that number?
Well, this is ugly, Mike. This is really fundamentally discouraging because employment had been really the one element of the economy that the Biden and Harris administration had been talking up as being the evidence of a strong economy. Well, that's
Yeah, they cooked the numbers. They cooked the books. They dropped people off of the rolls that is considered unemployment, and they fudged the numbers. But now it's so bad, even with the fudged numbers, they can't hide it anymore.
changing now, in fact, quite dramatically. Lots of evidence that the economy is slowing and slowing fast, and that employment number, or I should say unemployment number, is probably the best example. 3-year high. And what's even more disconcerting, even those who are working are finding that their wages simply aren't keeping up with inflation. 85% of jobs, workers now say that their wages aren't keeping up with inflation, and a very
85%. Think about that. When can you get 85% of anything? Right now, we have 85% of the American public saying that they don't make enough money at work. They have jobs, but they're not making enough to keep up with inflation. 85%. How can you continue to vote for this? I have no idea how anyone in their right mind can vote Democrat, how bad things are right now. I really don't understand. But again, that's exactly why they're hiding Kamala Harris. That's exactly why they're having Meg Thee Stallion twerk on stage and Quavo on there, because that's what they want to draw your attention to, because they don't want you to ask the tough questions like, What are you going to do to fix this economy? What are you going to do to bring back jobs? What are you going to do to close the borders? They don't want people to ask those questions, so they're going to continue to hide Kamala Harris.
Very interesting and frightening indicator got triggered this week. It's known as the Somm rule, Mike. Almost guarantees that a recession is imminent. But we talk about the economy as if it's some abstract phenomena. 65% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. If that's not the best evidence of a weak economy, I don't know what is.
More than half.
The numbers,
more than half. I don't ever remember it being that high ever. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't remember 65% of Americans ever living paycheck to paycheck. That is terrible. More than the majority of Americans are struggling right now. This is exactly why they can't talk about the economy.
Manufacturing is getting hammered. From the Bureau of Labor Statistics, for the 3 months of May 2024 through July 2024, the average monthly gain in employment in manufacturing was a loss of 1,700 manufacturing jobs per month. What does that tell you about the state of our economy, Jonathan?
Jobs are drying up. The stock market's declining. And keep in mind, the debt has been piling up for quite some time. A pretty sobering statistic for many of us, Mike, who have credit cards, is that credit card debt delinquencies are at a 12-year high. So,
12-year high credit cards. And what they didn't mention is that we have I lost my train of thought. It was pertaining. It'll come to me. I'm sorry, y'all. It'll come to me. Sorry about that.
The NASDAQ correction, and you mentioned we started with the stock market correction, it should be very worrying for all Americans. Even if you don't directly invest in stocks, the stock market tends to be a good harbinger or leading indicator of the economy. So when you see stocks like NVIDIA and those AI names that have been leading the market higher, down 10, 50, 20% in just a month, I think it's truly reason for concern.
Then there's interest rates. Fed Reserve Chair Jerome Powell teased a cut coming in September. What would be the impact of that?
Well, I guess it's a good news and bad news scenario, Mike. I mean, the good news is that rates are coming down from multi-decade highs. The bad news is that they're coming down because the economy is slowing. Look, the real question now is whether the Fed is waiting too long to cut. You know, at first we were talking about 6 cuts this year, then they said maybe no cuts. Now a cut in September is almost a guarantee. But, you know, a lot of economists are saying maybe we need a surprise cut or even a half-rate cut. So a lot of crosswinds and, of course, geopolitical concerns with Israel and the situation in the Middle East, Mike. Probably the most frightening element is that even as we're talking about a reduction in inflation, the price of gold this week hit a new all-time high. So lots of cross currents, lots of uncertainty, interest rates coming down, with the economy slowing fast.
Could be a bumpy ride when the market opens tomorrow. Jonathan Hoenig, thanks for your time and your analysis today.
Thank you, Mike.
Like I said, I don't think this is going to get any better. We have to get these people that are destroying our country out. We have to vote them out. Oops, sorry about that. We have to vote them out. We have to get rid of them because, again, they are destroying our country. They are destroying our way of life. And it's going to get worse if they get back in office. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.